Hello, thank you for joining me. This is a tarot reading for the new moon energy coming up. The new moon energy is in Virgo now, but this can be a general reading for any type of new beginnings or new projects, or new ventures, or any time that there's a new moon out there. This is also in preparation for the eclipses that are coming up in a little while. I believe it's the new moon following this one that'll be an eclipse. And that always ushers in faded experiences, changes in one's soul or one's destiny, like big events. For me, it's usually more like events of inner awareness or discovery of self or the world. So I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and get started with the general reading. Hello and welcome to the new moon reading. This is a general reading for the new moon. Specifically now we have a Virgo new moon coming up. But this is a general reading about new moon energy, about what's happening for you that's new, how to prepare for a new project or a new venture. This is also about preparing for the upcoming eclipse, entering a new cycle, entering a new phase, beginning a new chapter. I'm just going to pull a few cards from each of these 5 decks here. Let's go ahead and do this. New moon energy. What's coming up for you for the new moon? What kind of projects would you dream to begin? If you could pick anything, any type of venture or any type of adventure in life, any type of life experience, what would you choose? Basically tuning into dreams, wishes, and desires, so that we would have a good vision of building something for the future, creating a new path for ourselves, striving and working to create and build something new. New moon, new cycle, new eclipse. Starting something new. Taking a breath and tuning in. New moon energy, new beginnings. I see new perspectives. I see new inspiration, being creatively inspired, new ways of being creatively inspired or receiving creative inspiration. So I think we have some fire energy going on here. Grounding that in, tuning in, new moon energy, eclipse energy. This one wanted to see the 4 of Cups. Reflection, self-reflection, taking time to process and digest, to prepare for a new, for new beginnings, for a new phase, a new cycle. New moon energy. Ooh, earth energy. The work that needs to be done. What work needs to be done to prepare? Okay. Thank you for tuning in. This is a general reading for the new moon and eclipse energy that's coming up. This is about new beginnings, new projects, new ventures, new cycles, new perspectives. And also it's about preparing for new things. What to do to receive creative inspiration and what to do to prepare to begin a new project or to start something new. I'm going to start at the bottom. We'll unearth what's underneath the whole pile here. So we're going to be starting with the Shadowscapes Tarot. The first card that we have is the Son of Swords. So we have youthful male energy with the air element. This is the delivery of messages. So we are tuning in right now and receiving, I guess, preparing to receive messages. But I think as an overall energy, this is a willingness to show up and to participate in life, a willingness to take charge, to go get it, to go for goals or projects or ventures, a willingness to maybe see things in a new way. Okay, after the Son of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the beginning of planning, the beginning of a project. This can be planning, but this is the beginnings of a project that's planned. I see like doing things one step at a time and having an overall creative vision, that, or like a goal that you want to achieve, essentially. But this would be the beginning steps of beginning to achieve the goal. And making work in the real world rather than staying in just the air element. This is about grounding it in and actually doing the steps that it takes to achieve your goals. We have the Daughter of Swords. So this would be kind of like a mirror or reflection or companion to the Son of Swords. It's the air element and it's the youthful female energy. So here we have more of waiting for something to come in, being still, allowing space and waiting for new ideas or new inspiration. The next card is the Seven of Pentacles. Again, we have waiting. We have waiting for something to develop, having put in the effort and then just waiting for the fruit to be ready to harvest. The next card, the Five of Cups. This talks about the emotional energy. We see a horse, the horse energy coming in, the animal energy. The Five of Cups. Waiting, but what I'm seeing right now is clearing the vessel. We always hear about our cup being full in order to give, and that's important, but also making sure that the vessel is clean or clear. So I see like sorting out emotionally, emotional efficiency, being more autonomous emotionally, doing maybe some of the hard steps that it takes in order to be more autonomous is what I'm seeing now. Autonomous, independent on one's own, able to take care of oneself. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so for the beginning of the reading, we have basically like the willingness and preparedness to receive a new project or to receive a new insight or maybe a new routine, something new in your daily routine. Let's move forward and we'll go ahead and reveal the apparition cards. We have the Chariot. Okay, so Major Arcana number 7, the Chariot. This is quick movement. This means that something different is coming in for you that's different than your normal day-to-day, and it's going to come in quickly. It looks like you've been preparing for it on the side based on your interests, hobbies, passions, or pursuits. And it's building, it's on its way to take form so that it can take place of your career that you're having. Or fill in the blank. It's going to be able, whatever it is that's leaving your life, there's something that's been the main focus that's leaving. The main focus is going to shift. And it'll mean letting go of some of the things that were the focus before that maybe cause negative emotions, and shifting into a new paradigm where you are your own main focus. Or where you are stepping into a career fed more by your own hobbies and interests rather than by what you have to do in order to make money. But whatever it is, it has been forming already. You've been putting time and you've been dedicated to it, so it's in formation. And let's see what the next card is here. The Five of Wands. It might just have not been the right timing. It probably just wasn't the right timing, but there is a lot of momentum here and then a lot of waiting energy in the center. And then here we have kind of like a conflict energy, crossfires. So it seems like it just wasn't the right timing. That here's waiting as well with the Seven of Pentacles, waiting for the harvest, waiting for things to be right. And the only thing that we're seeing in the waiting is really the need to take care of ourselves and to prepare. I think this is to prepare for something new coming in. So let's go ahead and continue with the reading with the Shadowscapes Tarot. The first card here is the Justice card. So whatever was in the waiting phase, there's going to be justice here. So I'm seeing actually quick movement with this card. That there's going to be an opening or a newness, and that the momentum's not going to be blocked, it's going to be free-flowing, and that whatever needs to get done that wasn't getting done before is going to be easier, essentially. The path will be clear, the way is clear, the obstacles are removed. I see a flash of insight coming in where things become clear that weren't clear before about why the project wasn't moving the way that you wanted to, or why you weren't getting the job that you desired, the job position. Why it's like a new insight about why things are the way they are, and with that insight you can shift and you can change and the way becomes clear. That's the Justice card here. The Sun. This is Major Arcana again. So this is a rebirth card. It's talking about a rebirth and stepping out in kind of a new form or being seen in a new way. Allowing yourself to be seen, feeling comfortable being seen, allowing for the spotlight. So before you were waiting for a project to take form, and now you're allowing yourself to receive the recognition and reward that you've been waiting for, or that you've been building, that you've been creating. And let's get more insight over here with the third card. We have the Judgment card. Okay. So again, I'm just waiting, tuning in, the Judgment card coming in. Yeah, there's like a new alignment. There's a new alignment with the new beginning, and there's going to be new alignments within probably, oh my goodness. It's caused by a shift in our own individual perspective, and then it causes an alignment within collectives, within like, it can be the workspace, it can be a creative space, creative collectives, creative alignments. There's some sort of illumination happening on the individual level that will collectively create a gradual shift, is what I'm seeing here. And I think that this is actually a pattern of, if I'm correct with this, I believe this is the pattern of the eclipse cycles. It's like a new eclipse pattern, maybe. I don't know if it's new or not, but it has to do with eclipse cycles and probably the new age and the Aquarian age with Uranus somehow. But I'm seeing a huge flash of insight individually. And that it's going to change the way the collectives run, because it'll change the way that we show up for others, the way that we show up for the world. This could be a lot of release of judgment of oneself. This could be having trapped oneself, feeling like you weren't ready, and now that's shifting to where you just feel ready and you're ready to step forward. So that's all major stuff here. This is a big shift that's happening on a large scale. So we're talking, I think, a global shift, and it's a gradual one. There will be flashes of insight and there will be flashes of shifts individually, but I think that this is really speaking to this momentum being built underneath the surface to have a gradual shift in the way that we show up for society, and then that will change society. Yep. That's pretty much the message that's repeating. So let's move forward to the Medicine Woman Tarot here. The first card is the Empress, Bounty, 3 in the Major Arcana. Yeah, we're seeing that the amount of work that it's been taking just to live our daily lives and to be comfortable in our daily lives within our own sphere, to feel safe, protected, to feel abundant, it really has created a lot of momentum and a lot of place and space for new beginnings. It's almost like having a realization that things don't need to be as hard or as difficult as they are, or like, whatever I've been paying attention to needs to shift so that things are easier. This has to do with energy expenditure. So like rest and relaxation to fill one's cup is necessary here. This will help. And proper use of resources, allocation of resources. So like knowing where you're spending your energy, where you're spending your time, and what it's producing. Knowing what your resources are and how to use them. It's a lot of like wisdom from having survived, from having, yeah, the root chakra comes up, like survival wisdom of how to keep everything the way that it can be comfortable for you. And now, because of the tools gained, this is like an evolution or a next phase into the process. But it's built on the foundation of the skills that you've acquired and what you've learned through your either like learning how to be financially secure or learning how to get through a difficult program. It's learning skills and gifts and abilities through challenges, and that those challenges aren't as necessary anymore. We don't have to be challenged in the same way. Like, let's go ahead and reveal this second card, because I'm kind of on a tangent with the challenges. But 2 of Bowls. Yeah, so let's shift the energy. Instead of thinking about the challenges, let's think about cooperation, what we can do when we work together. Instead of thinking only about our own individual security, we're going to be able to branch out and see what we can do to create and collaborate with other people. And moving swiftly through, we see harmonious balance. This is being in love. So we see the Sun card being seen, stepping forward, shining forth, and allowing that energy. And then we see the 7 of Bowls, which is harmonious, essentially like self-love energy. So not only are we being seen by the world for whatever our pursuit is, we're also feeling harmonious within ourselves, and our center is flowing and beautiful and enriched because of the experience. So we don't have to sacrifice anything in order to share our gifts with other people or in order to step out into the world. We can, because of what we've developed, we can maintain inner harmony with what we pursue, is essentially what this is saying. There is a way to have this balance, centeredness, and harmony, and to interact with other people, to step out into the world. The totem of pipes, the eagle, the flyers. Yeah, I just realized that most of the reading is cut off visually. So that's interesting. I'm just going to continue forward. The totem of pipes, the eagle, the flyers. This is speaking to what's happening collectively, and this is a new pathway being built. This is being aware of oneself more than being aware of the world. This is taking flight, new abilities coming in, new perceptions, and new ways of navigating, not being weighed down by the world. The last card here is the Ace of Arrows. Just new potential. We don't know what's going to come in completely, but we know that it's going to be a shift in how we perceive ourselves. It's going to affect the way that we show up in the world, and this will be a gradual global shift. Balance, harmony. Trust yourself, trust what's going on, trust the influences around you, and trust if there's any problems that need to be removed, to go ahead and make those choices for yourself. But here we have mostly the focus on what is going on in a good way, in an optimistic way from within. Harmonious balance. Okay, I reframed the camera so that we can see the whole reading, because I like what's going on and I like what's happening, and I just want to conclude with a full picture or full view of what's going on. So we have this emotional process where this person is individually autonomous and independent, and then connecting with others or with another, and creating a new inspiration because of that, and a new vision because of this connection. This was talking earlier a lot about being an individual in a collective or a group, but I think that from the individual perspective, this is really about our own process and relating to other people in the world. And so there will be collective shifts, in consciousness, but what's more important is to focus on our own individual enlightenment. And this is somebody who's really successful in creating the world that they want, and then when they meet with another, then they have something to share. This is a lot about preparation energy for new experiences that we love, that we dream about. And I think that underneath the surface, there's still things that we need to work on and that need to resolve and need to clear out, and that's okay. But that the main focus really is going to be about the self and what the self truly desires, and how the self is seen and received, essentially. But it's focused on what it feels like to be a being, and what it feels like to be passionate about something. It focuses on what our resonance attracts and magnetizes into our lives, based on what we express and what we experience. The new awakening and new consciousness is most importantly taking place within yourself. And it's about awareness of yourself, the balance between your relationship with yourself and the relationship that you have with the world. It looks like a certain unification of qualities or experiences that opens up a new path that we're not even seeing what develops because of this yet. Because as we realign, there is a big shift that will happen in the way that our world is lived out. Even if your circumstances stay the same, there will be a shift in how you receive your experiences. And all of your experiences can be uplifted here. It's simply opening to that by creating space, by befriending yourself and showing love for yourself. And then this foundational layer, which these are the cards that got cut off mostly in the beginning. But we're seeing an overall picture of balancing conflict and desire, right? So like balancing the negative and the positive, balancing the little things that need to get taken care of and the big dreams and desires within one's life. And then bringing in patience and knowing that everything's a life process with this. These are like lifetime goals that are coming into clearer picture or clearer vision. But this usually talks about things that we want to accomplish over our lifetime. There will be big things that are really important and faded, and then there will be side things that just like stuff that needs to be taken care of. That's what life is. Again, I'm seeing an uplifted perspective. I'm seeing finding balance within that leads to balance in your outer world. There's a lot of like inner fine-tuning and viewing of one's life, viewing of one's own experiences, and fine-tuning the way that you expend your energy. And that everything is possible, but that everything there's still like work that needs to be done so that everything runs smoothly. And it does take work to make dreams come true. So choose dreams wisely. Make sure that you're really in tune with your true authenticity, because that work that you take to make your dreams come true is like an investment in yourself. So just make sure that you're investing in the correct places and the things that you really want to do. Let's see, taking these cards away. I'd say that's pretty much it for the reading. Just that whatever's been built in previous work through maybe hobbies or desires are now coming into more of a focus. It's changing or directing your main focus. If you've been working for another company, it might be time to really put the effort into building your own business that you need to do, because that'll take time. And the sooner that you get started, the better with that. And that's about it for the reading. That's the new moon eclipse energy reading right now. And I'm looking forward to it. I think that there's work that needs to be done as one of the final themes that we've had, but the overall picture is inner illumination and inner insight that leads to a better world experience, a better experience of oneself in the world. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. I hope this helped. I hope this is supportive, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye-bye.